Welcome to your U.S. Market Brief. All the key stock news, none of the noise. Like and subscribe to support us and stay informed. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. We need the smartest people. Nvidia, OpenAI CEOs react to Trump's H-1B visa fee. U.S. and global growth forecast lifted by OECD as economies surprise to the upside. Disney says Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to ABC on Tuesday. Trump admin draws unproven link between autism and Tylenol ingredient use during pregnancy. Trump-Xi meeting likely to happen next year, says U.S. ambassador to China. Trump to meet top Democrats as their healthcare demands fuel government shutdown risk. Nvidia plans to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI as part of data center buildout. Fed Governor Stephen Miran pushes case for central bank to slash key interest rate. Supreme Court lets Trump fire FTC's slaughter for now. Fashion boss touts resilience as key leadership trait as industry battles tariff uncertainty. Here's everything Trump said he's changing about H-1B visas. Orsted shares jump 7% after U.S. court overturns Trump project block. India feels the sting as Trump slaps $100,000 fee on H-1B visas. India is betting $18 billion to build a chip powerhouse. Here's what it means. NYC mayor candidate Mamdani withdraws from ABC town hall over Jimmy Kimmel suspension. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman commented on President Donald Trump's decision to increase H-1B visa fees.
President Trump announced a fee increase to $100,000 for H-1B visas, requiring payment documentation before petition filing.
Huang and Altman discussed this during an interview with CNBC, where Nvidia also announced a $100 billion investment in OpenAI.
Huang emphasized the importance of immigration to the United States and the American dream.
He expressed support for President Trump's actions regarding immigration.
Altman agreed, stating the need to attract the smartest individuals and the benefits of streamlined processes and financial incentives.
This significant fee increase will impact the United States technology and finance sectors, which rely heavily on the H-1B program.
The majority of H-1B visa holders are from India and China.
The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development raised its global economic growth forecast.
Many economies are proving stronger than expected this year.
The OECD now predicts 3.2% global growth for 2025, up from its June prediction of 2.9%.
The 2026 global growth forecast remains at 2.9%.
This represents a slowdown from the 3.3% growth in 2024.
The United States growth forecast also increased to 1.8% for 2025, up from 1.6% in June.
However, this is still lower than the 2.8% growth in 2024.
The OECD projects 1.5% growth for the United States in 2026.
Disney announced that Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to ABC on Tuesday.
This decision follows discussions between Disney CEO Bob Iger and Disney Entertainment co-chair Dana Walden.
Kimmel was informed of the decision on Monday and will address the situation during Tuesday's taping.
Disney stated the show was suspended to avoid escalating tensions after some of Kimmel's comments were considered ill-timed and insensitive.
The suspension occurred after Kimmel linked the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk to President Donald Trump's MAGA movement.
Nexstar and Sinclair, which own numerous broadcast stations, preempted or threatened to preempt Kimmel's show.
Sinclair stated it would continue preempting the show pending further discussions with ABC about professionalism and accountability.
Kimmel previously referred to the alleged killer as part of the MAGA group during his monologue.
The Trump administration linked acetaminophen use during pregnancy to autism.
This link is unproven and clashes with existing scientific literature.
Acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, is commonly used to treat pain and fever.
President Trump advised pregnant women to limit acetaminophen use unless medically necessary, like for high fever.
The Food and Drug Administration will issue a physician notice about the alleged risks.
They will also begin changing the safety label for acetaminophen products.
Kenvue, the maker of Tylenol, disagrees with the administration and stands by the safety of acetaminophen.
They expressed concern about the health risks this poses for expecting mothers.
A meeting between the United States and Chinese presidents is more likely next year.
United States Ambassador to China David Perdue suggested this timeline on Tuesday.
Perdue spoke during a press conference with United States lawmakers in Beijing.
This was the first such visit since 2019.
Following a call with Chinese President Xi Jinping, President Trump mentioned a potential meeting.
This meeting could occur around a summit in South Korea next month.
President Trump also mentioned a potential visit to China early next year.
A reciprocal visit from President Xi to the United States may follow.
President Donald Trump will meet with top Democratic leaders this week.
A potential government shutdown looms as funding deadlines approach.
The meeting includes Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Both Democratic leaders are from New York.
Congress faces a September 30th deadline to pass a funding resolution.
This resolution is crucial to avoid a government shutdown.
Democrats insist on extending enhanced tax credits from the Affordable Care Act.
These demands complicate negotiations and increase the risk of a shutdown.
Nvidia will invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI for data center development.
OpenAI plans to build Nvidia-powered systems requiring 10 gigawatts of power.
Nvidia Chief Executive Officer Jensen Huang stated 10 gigawatts equals 4 to 5 million graphics processing units.
This is equivalent to Nvidia's total projected shipments this year, double last year's.
Nvidia's initial $10 billion investment will be deployed upon completion of the first gigawatt.
Nvidia stock rose nearly 4% on Monday, adding almost $170 billion to its market capitalization.
This partnership emphasizes the close relationship between Nvidia and OpenAI in the artificial intelligence boom.
OpenAI's reliance on Nvidia graphics processing units increased with the release of ChatGPT and continues for software development.
Federal Reserve Governor Stephen Miran argues the central bank's benchmark interest rate is too high.
He believes the rate should be lowered aggressively.
Miran cited changing tax and immigration policies, easing rental costs, deregulation, and tariff revenue as factors.
These create a different economic landscape allowing for rate cuts.
Miran believes the federal funds rate should be in the low 2% area.
The current target is between 4 and 4.25%.
He warned that leaving rates too high risks unnecessary layoffs and higher unemployment.
Miran is outside the consensus of the Federal Open Market Committee.
The Supreme Court allowed President Donald Trump to remove Rebecca Slaughter from the Federal Trade Commission.
This removal is temporary, pending the court's review of presidential power to dismiss federal agency members.
3 liberal justices dissented from this decision.
Slaughter, initially a Democratic appointee during Trump's first term, was later renominated by President Joe Biden.
She sued after Trump fired her from the commission in March.
2 lower courts had previously blocked Trump's attempt to remove Slaughter.
The Supreme Court's 6-3 decision temporarily overrules the lower court rulings that reinstated Slaughter.
The Supreme Court will hear the case with oral arguments scheduled for December.
Laura Weir, the new CEO of the British Fashion Council, emphasizes resilience as a crucial leadership trait.
Weir, formerly a creative director at Selfridges, took the helm in April 2025.
She succeeded Caroline Rush, a 16-year veteran of the fashion industry.
During London Fashion Week, Weir discussed her approach to difficult decisions with CNBC.
She believes resilience is key to navigating challenges like tariffs and economic uncertainty.
Weir's appointment coincided with President Donald Trump imposing tariffs on many countries.
These tariffs affect key manufacturing regions for the fashion industry, including China, Vietnam, and Pakistan.
The European Union, a major player in the luxury goods market, also faces these duties.
President Donald Trump announced a significant increase in H-1B visa fees for employers.
The fee will rise to $100,000, a substantial jump from the previous range of $2,000 to $5,000.
This change applies only to new applicants, not renewals or current visa holders.
The new fee will be implemented in the upcoming lottery cycle.
The $100,000 fee is a one-time payment, not an annual charge.
H-1B visas allow highly skilled foreign professionals to work in specialty occupations in the United States.
These visas are primarily used when employers cannot find qualified American workers.
Many jobs in science, technology, engineering, and math fields qualify for H-1B visas.
Orsted shares rose significantly after a United States court ruling.
A judge overturned the Trump administration's block on the Revolution Wind project.
This allows Orsted to continue construction off the coasts of Rhode Island and Connecticut.
Orsted's stock was a top performer on the Stoxx 600 index, rising nearly 7%.
The United States District Court for the District of Columbia granted the preliminary injunction.
Orsted plans to restart work on the project as soon as possible.
The company's shares had fallen over 20% this year, partly due to the Trump administration's policies.
Ørsted recently lowered its profit outlook and received shareholder approval for a rights issue to raise capital.
President Trump has raised fees for H-1B visa applications to $100,000.
This has caused significant anxiety among Indian tech workers in the United States.
Indians make up a large percentage of H-1B visa holders.
This fee increase creates uncertainty for their continued employment in the United States.
United States and India relations have been strained recently due to trade disputes and India's purchase of Russian oil.
Shares of Indian IT companies fell after the announcement.
This move will likely impact technology and finance companies reliant on skilled immigrants.
Increased costs may not be fully passed on to customers, affecting profit margins.
India aims to become a major player in the global semiconductor industry.
However, competition is intense, and India faces challenges as a latecomer.
In 2022, United States restrictions on advanced artificial intelligence chip exports to China spurred a global push for semiconductor independence.
This presented an opportunity for India to reduce import reliance, secure chips for key sectors, and gain a larger share of the global electronics market.
India is a large consumer of electronics but lacks a local chip industry.
New Delhi's semiconductor mission seeks to establish a complete chip supply chain within India.
India has approved 10 semiconductor projects totaling $18.2 billion.
These projects include 2 fabrication plants and several testing and packaging factories.
New York City mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani withdrew from a town hall meeting with an ABC affiliate.
Mamdani is protesting ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show.
The suspension followed pressure from the Trump administration.
Mamdani stated his withdrawal is not aimed at the local affiliate or journalists.
He criticizes corporate leaders for prioritizing profits over press freedom.
The town hall was scheduled for Thursday.
The cancellation follows Kimmel's comments about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
ABC suspended the show indefinitely after Nexstar Media Group affiliates refused to air it.
That's a wrap on this episode of US Market Brief. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next time with more stock market updates, earnings highlights, and insights from Wall Street.